on. Okay. So previous class, we already had an introduction on computers. Okay. So this week we're going to learn about Word lesson 1. So Microsoft Office has three things, right? Microsoft Office has a lot of things, but we are going to learn about only three things: Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Okay. So we will start with Microsoft Word basics today, and we'll learn the basic stuff. We'll start with basic Word, and we'll have around 4 classes on Word. Okay, so let's start with Word. So what is Word? So what I'm going to learn in this lesson today? Okay, so agenda is we're going to learn about how to what is Word, and how do you view a document on Word, and how do you enter some text data and save it on a Word, and how to use correct or delete errors from a Word file, save a document, and open an existing document. So these are the things we're going to learn today. So we're going to learn how to save a document, how to delete a document, how to correct some errors on the document, and all these things you're going to learn today. Okay. So yeah, and again we are going to learn about how to use full screen reading view. So how to open Word in a reading view and change the page orientation. So we have different size of pages, right? So how whether the page should be vertical or horizontal, or how to print a document, and all these things going to learn today. Okay. So vocabulary, we have draft view, full screen reading, insertion point. So these are the terms we are going to learn about today. So everything refers to a particular thing. So full screen reading refers to the full screen reading. The full screen reading view refers to the reading view. Landscape orientation is related to the page orientation. So similarly, so each of these things we're going to learn, right? So it has a particular term on our Word. So these are the terms we'll be coming across during this session today, and so you should be you will be learning all these points today. Okay. So introduction to word processing. Okay, so what is Word? Word is a processing. Word processing is the use of computer software to enter and edit text. You can easily create and edit documents such as letters, reports, newsletters, pictures, and graphics. Okay, so what is Word? So Word is a document processing software. Okay, so on a Word file, you can save some text or pictures or some reports, and a lot of things can be saved on a Word document. So you can save a letter or a report or some kind of a newsletter with pictures and graphics in it. So all these things can be done on a Word document. Okay, so it's particularly for saving a document. So entering text and saving a document. Okay, so starting Word. So how to open a Word document? So last class we learned, in the introduction of
Hello, sir.
yeah, may I know who's this?
Good evening, sir. This is Shahjan, sir. Can I
Ah,
speak to Robert, sir? Can
yeah,
I speak
Robert
to
here.
Robert,
Yeah,
sir?
yeah, Robert. Welcome, Sajagan.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Sajagan.
Sir,
So we are.
I want to asking something. But this matter is personal. So I go to your personal WhatsApp, or this group can talk.
You can talk in WhatsApp. Yeah. Personal number. You can ping me after that. We can after this class we can discuss.
Right now, after that.
After this, so it's not a technical thing, right? It's a personal thing, right? We can discuss
Yeah,
later.
no. Just asking about the Singapore house situation, because I am is right now is in Bangladesh, very critical timing of passing. So
Yeah, yeah.
situation is good. The new people can entry to Singapore or not?
Currently, no. But let us discuss this later after the class, right? You call me in WhatsApp. We'll
Yeah.
discuss. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, of course.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so go ahead. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's continue the classes now. So starting Word. So we're going to see how to open a Word for documents. Okay. So in the previous classes we learned about the OS and all these stuffs, right? We learned about the start button. Hope you all know where is the start button, right? See, start button is here. This is a start button. Okay, so this is the it is usually in the left bottom of the screen. Okay, so if you have older version of Windows, you might see a different button here, but the newer version has this particular symbol, which is the Windows symbol here. So what you have to do is you have to click on it, and then you have to look for Word here. Okay, so you have to look for Word W, right? It comes in the W section at the last. So you can see Word here, right? So you just have to click it. Okay, so if you're using a different version of Windows, right? uh, let's say if you are using a different version of Windows, see, if you're using a different version of Windows, right? uh, it might be in a different position. Okay, so it might be in Microsoft Offices, in a folder like this. Okay, under some Offices folder it will be there. So yeah, so it might be different for you in your computer. Okay, so for in my computer, it's at the bottom of the Word document. So you have to just click on it and open the Word document here. Okay, so open up. Then what you have to do is you have to select which type of document you are going to open. Okay, so see in this section, right? You can see you can either open a blank document, or you can open an existing document which is already saved. Okay, so here we have different Word documents here. So I'm going to choose a new blank document. So a blank document means it doesn't have anything in a document. So it's a fresh new document and it is not saved yet. Okay, so I'm going to click on it, and we have a new document with no content in it. Okay, so this is how you open a Word document. So any doubts in this? So யாருக்காவது புரியலனா கேட்கலாம் நீங்க. Okay, so let's move on. So next, next we are going to see what are the what are the what are the things that is present on a Word document. Okay, so opening screen Word document. So as we saw, right, we saw all these things. Okay, so there is something called a quick access toolbar. There are tabs on it, and there is an insertion point. So this is where the cursor is present, and at the bottom there is a status bar. And if you see here, right, there are so there is a view button, there is a zoom slider and a ribbon. Okay, so we'll look at all these things in a detailed manner for later. But these are the positions, and these are things that is available on an opening screen in a Word document. So we just open this Word document, right, particular Word document, right? So you can see all the things we discussed over. This is the uh, this is the quick access toolbar. This is the different tabs that is available. There is a home tab, insert, design, layout, reference. So these are the different tabs that are available for us to use. Here we have the zoom thing. So here you can zoom any document. So let's say if I type my name here, right? And if you want to zoom in, you can do it using this option here. So this is for zooming in things and out. So this is the different what to say view buttons. Okay, so we have different templates here. So we have a reading mode, we have a print layout mode, and we have a web layout mode. Okay, so these are the different layouts that is available in Word document. Word document. Okay, and yeah, so here we have a status bar. So if you see this Word file, right, we have the status file. So this gives the status of the document. Okay, here it states what is the the total number of pages available, and the insertion point is in which page it states. Okay, it's in page one of total of one pages. Okay, so and it also gives a total number of words in a document. So currently I've typed 2 words, so it says 2 words here. Apart from that, we have thesaurus. We have the language that is written in this document, and some accessibility options here. Okay, so let's see. So identifying parts of the word program window. Okay, so understanding the word program. Okay, so window. So there is something called ribbon. So contains commands for working with document organized by tabs. Okay, so I told you, right, what is a ribbon, right? So ribbon and tabs are same here. So in Word, it is particularly called as a ribbon. Okay, so home is a ribbon, insert tab is a particular ribbon, design tab is a particular ribbon, a layout tab is a particular ribbon, and similarly we have all these ribbons here. Okay, so you can so they can be used interchangeably. They are also they are called a tab or a ribbon. So in that particular word that is used in Microsoft Office is ribbon. Okay, so that's called a ribbon now. And there is a quick access toolbar. Okay, contains icons for common commands. Okay, so here we have the quick access toolbar. So here we have the save button, and save as button we have undo typing and repeat typing. Okay, so all these options, right, it is already present in the ribbons. Okay, but still we to access it quickly and easily, so we have these commonly used functions in this quick access toolbar. Okay, so you can either delete or add something to the quick access toolbar. Let's say if you want to add the bold thing to quick access toolbar, right, you can open it, and you can add it from this command type here. So let's say if I want to add bold, right, uh, I don't think we have bold here, but let's say uh, copy, right. So if I add, so normally all these things are present here. So I've added copy now. You can see there is no copy function here. Okay, so now I've added to the right, and if I say okay, right, you should see the copy function available here. So you can you can select anything and you can copy, and then you can paste it easily. So to easily access all these functionalities, right, so you can uh, use the quick access toolbar. So if you want to use it, I mean, if you use something too often, right, you can add those things to the quick access toolbar. Okay, so then we have insertion point, shows where the text will appear when you begin typing. Okay, so as the function states, right, so this is the insertion point, and if I type something here, right, so that's where the that's so it states uh, where the next word will go in. Okay, so if I type something, right, it will be always added to the in the insertion point. So if I move the insertion point here, right, and type something, it will be added at the particular point. Okay, so that is called an insertion point, or usually we call it a cursor, but we can say it is insertion point also. Okay, so then we have the status bar. So displays information about the current document and process. Okay, so as I told earlier, right, this is a status bar, and it states it gives information about the particular document. Okay, so here in this document, it states there are only one page, and we are in page one. So let's say if I add 2 pages, right, so now there are 2 pages. Okay, so now the page number changes. Okay, so now the insertion point is page 2 of totally 2 pages. So if I move the insertion point to page 1, right, this also changes here. So it gives the where the insertion point is currently in which page the insertion point is correctly placed, and also the total number of pages in the particular document. So and so that is one of the information that is available in the quick access toolbar. Then we have the number of words that is available. So we have around 5 words now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 words now. So it says 5 words here. So it gives a number of pages in a document, and we have the language here. So currently we are using English Singapore, so that's a language that is selected, and it gives the language here. Apart from that, it gives proofing errors. Okay, so if there is a spelling mistake, right, it will show here. So if I click OK, right, so it will give you the spelling mistake that is available here. So if you see Ravi Kumar, there is a spelling mistake. So if the name should start with capital letter, right? So now the error is gone. Okay, so now it doesn't show the spelling errors here. So which is called a proofing errors or a spelling errors. Okay, so that kind of information is also available. Then we have the view buttons to change the views. Okay, so here we have the read mode. So read mode will hide all the ribbons here. So we're just going to read the document, right? So we don't need all the editing options that is available in this here. So that is the particular. So if you're not editing any document, if you're not changing the contents of the document, we always can open the read mode, and we can do some stuff. Okay. So apart from that, we have the print layout. So this will give the print layout, how the document will be uh, how the document will be shown when you're going to print a document. Okay, so this is the purpose of the view mode. And already we saw the zoom slider, right? So allows you to increase or decrease the size of the document on screen. Okay, so using the, we already saw, right, it is now zoomed in 140%. Okay, so if you zoom out, right, it becomes smaller. Okay, and you can zoom in to up to 500% here. So, and so this is just a 10% of the document. So we have two documents and it's totally zoomed out. Okay, so we'll push it back to 100%. Okay, so this is the normal size of the document now. So this is the view thing. Okay, understanding document views. Okay, so any doubts up to this? We saw the parts of the Word software, right? Any doubts on this? So ஏதாவது புரியலனா நீங்க கேட்கலாம். Okay. Yeah. So understanding document views, right? Print layout, full screen reading, web layout, outline, and displays one of the text or document those change the arrangement of. So we draft. Okay. So what are the different viewing modes? Okay. So we saw the print layout. Okay. So if you go to the print layout, right? Let's say I opened up something different. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's say we have something already there. Okay. So see, I've saved a document now. So there are different, let's say there are different viewing modes, right? So, so the first view mode we are going to learn about is print layout. Okay, so if you go to the print layout, it will. So this is the currently we have the print layout. Okay, so if you see this, right, you will see a tooltip which says print layout. So currently the print layout is already selected. In the print layout, you will have all the uh, sizes, something like this. Okay, so the ruler will be already available, and so it will give you, if it's an A4 size, right, so it will give you the exact picture of how the document will be printed. Okay, so if you see, right, the document will be printed like this. Okay, so this is the purpose of a print mode. Okay, so then we have the full screen reading view. So now you can see that all the ribbons or tabs are present, right? If I change it to print reading view, right, read mode, right, or reading mode, so you it will be helpful for reading the documents. Okay, so you won't have the options to edit, so you will have only the search and translate options here. So these options are all related to the for a person to read the document. So you don't so you if you want to find something in the page, right, let's say if you want to find cats, right, it will show where all the cats present, where are the words cats present, all these things. So all these functionalities will be related to reading a document. Okay, so editing document functionalities or tools won't be available in the reading mode. So apart from that, we have the web layout mode. Simulates the way document will look when it is viewed as a web page. Text and graphics appear the way they would be in a web browser. So web layout will be similar to how the document will be on a web page. Okay. So this is how the document will be opened on a web page. So it will be looking like this in a web page. So that's the purpose of having a web layout mode. Outline displays headings and text in outline form, so that you can see the structure of a word and reorganize easily. Okay, so let's say go to layout and see in the here we have the outline mode, right? So see it in this mode, right? It shows the levels of the documents. Let's say the text of the body is here, and so there are different levels, right? It gives the idea of at what levels the text is there. Let's say if you choose giant, right? If you choose a particular word, right, it says in the body text. Okay, if you choose this heading, right, it says it's level 3, and so the functional also is in level 3, and this one is a body text. Okay, so this one is in level 2. Okay, so if you see this one is body text. Okay, so headings always will be in the upper level. So upper headings always will be in a level 1, and the level gets increased up to level 1, 2, 3, and so once the headings we add at different levels, right, it will be added. So all this information, right, can be seen in the outline mode. Okay, so outline is it won't it shows that the it shows all the levels in the particular document. Okay, it's not a normal view. So if you see here, right, so this is one level, this is one level, and these are all inner levels. Okay, so when you go to outline view, so it will be more clear. It will give the detailed levels. Okay, so you can filter all the levels also. So if you say level 3, right, it will always show only the
Sorry, sir.
yeah
Sir,
yeah
sorry for the comment, sir. I using Microsoft Word to 2007,
okay.
so I cannot find the outline.
Okay.
I try today how many days, many try also cannot get.
Oh, you cannot say the outline view. It's not
Yeah,
in the view tab. Is there a view tab for you available like this?
view.
View.
Oh, okay, sir.
It is available there.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay. See, see if you see, right, everything, the look and feel will be a bit different. Okay, but most of the other things will be at the same place. Okay, so you can just mostly all the things should be available. Okay, so we're going to so yeah, thanks for asking. So we saw the outline view, right? So okay, So outline view, we saw the filterings. Where did we go? So go to outline view. So now the only the level 3 is shown in this document. Okay. So all the other levels are hidden. So this is how you can find. Let's say if you have an essay and if you have, um, let's say we have some introduction, we have some conclusion, all these things, right? With the introduction is maybe I'll write the document. Okay. So close outline view. See, real, fictional, all these things are at a particular level. Okay. So if I delete this, so there are only two levels. So if you go to views, outline view, right? Level 3, real and fictional is in level 3. All the other levels are hidden. Okay. So if I choose only body, right? If I choose all levels, it will show the whole document. Let's say if I choose only level 1, right? Nothing is in level 1. Okay. So that's how the document is split. So you can see different levels in the using the outline view. Okay. Then we have the draft view, displays only the text of a document without displays only text of document without showing the arrangement of the text. If your document includes pictures, they would not appear. Okay. Yeah. So in this example, right, we deleted all the pictures. Okay. So now we have a picture. Okay. So if I go to view and if I say draft, right, it won't show the pictures. So you can see, right, the pictures are hidden. So it will just give you the text of the document. So that's the purpose of having a draft view. Okay. Uh, so these are different views that is available. So we saw the read mode, print layout, web layout, outline, and draft. Okay. So any doubts in this? Is doubts இருக்கா உங்களுக்கு? Okay. Yeah, continue. So we saw the different document views, right? Now let's see how inserting text and understanding word wrap. Okay. To enter a text in a document, begin typing. When you reach the right margin, the text continues to the next line. This feature is called word wrap. When you use press enter key, a blank line is inserted automatically and you start a new paragraph. Okay. So let's say let's delete all these things. Let's create a new blank document. Okay. So now I created a new document. So let's say we have something to write. So we are going to write something about the FIB class. Okay. So I'll say in. So we are learning. So we are learning Microsoft Word in FIB class. This let's say this is the first. See, if I type something, right? So I say the HIS. Okay. So the word automatically goes to the next page, right? So this is called auto word wrap. Okay. So see, the document size is only this thing. Okay. So and the margin is here. Okay. So the content of the word document will be inside only these margins, left margin and there's a right margin. Okay. So once the length of the margin is crossed, the word will be moved to the next page, next line automatically. So you don't have to type enter, but the word will be moved automatically to the next line. So this is called word wrap. Okay. So even if you want to add a word wrap at the middle of the document also, we can do it. Okay. Let's say if I want to say introduction, and if I want to move to the next document, right, I just have to press enter and the word will be moved to the next, I mean the in the insertion point, right, will be moved to the next document, next line automatically. So this is called this is also called inserting a blank line. Okay, so this is how you move to the next line. So usually when you start a new paragraph, right, you always start in the new document. So this is how you do it. Okay, so when you press enter key, a blank line is inserted automatically and you start a new paragraph here. Okay, so if you want to start something new, right, let's say introduction, hello all, something like that. Okay, so you can start it like this. So pressing in the enter key will move the cursor to the next line. Okay, so this is how you move to the next line. So navigating the Word document. Okay, so to enter and edit text, use the mouse keyboard to reposition the insertion point. Move the mouse until the insertion point is where you want it to appear. Keyboard, there are many options of keys to use, including arrows, page down, page up, and shortcuts. Okay, so let's see how to move the insertion point to a different position. Let's say we have some content. Okay, so let me get some content again. Just hold on. Hello. Just hold on for a minute. I'll be back. Oh, sorry guys. Some guest came. Okay. So we'll continue with the classes now. So list of let's say we
Okay, sir. I take a 5-minute leave for break.
ah break. Okay. Maybe I'll give you some guys an work session to. I mean exercise. Okay. Uh, so now we're getting the Word document. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's say. So I'm just going to. I just want you to guys to do some session. Okay. So we have. So let's say. So let's say there is a. Let's say there is some text here, right? I've copied some text here. So I increase the size of the document. Okay. So now, if I want to move the cursor, right? Let's say that we are talking about how to move the insertion points, right? So if you want to move the insertion point to a particular place and add something, let's say you have some, you have already a text, okay? So animals or you have already a sentence. But if I want to add a sentence at the middle of this, a sentence next to this one, right? If I want to add it, I just have to uh, move the insertion point here, move the cursor here, and click on it. So once you click, I can type something here. So animals or so carnivorous and herbivorous. Okay, so you can type something here. So if even if you want to type something in this particular place, right? Let's say if the some data is wrong, if I want to change it to 200 million, we can do it. So this is how you move the document to a, I mean, move the cursor around the Word documents. Okay, so moving this cursor, right, instead of using the mouse, we can also using the up and down arrow keys here. Okay, so you can just move it like this. Okay, so I'm using the arrow keys now, so you can do this like this, or else if you want to move a page down, right, there is something called page up and page down. So now you can see, right, it moves from page up to page down. So there are multiple pages, right? There are 2 pages, right? If I plus function, so you can see, right, it moves from one page to another page easily. So that is also, that option is also available. So you can use the mouse pointer to move around the Word document, or else you can move using the uh, you can move using the up and arrow keys, or use the page up and page down keys also, we can do it. Okay. So apart from that, we saw navigating. So we saw all these things. And so how to delete something in the document. So let's say if I type something wrongly, okay, let's say I type animals are not good, okay, so something like this, okay, so this content is not needed, okay, so how do you delete this content? How do you remove this content from the Word file? So all you have to do is you have to move to the insertion point. You have to place the insertion point here, and there is a key called backspace. Okay, so it will be in the right top somewhere. So it's a big key. Okay, so using the backspace, when you press the backspace, right, it deletes the text one by one. So you can do like this. Okay, so I'm now pressing the backspace, and you can see the text getting deleted automatically. Okay, so this is how you use the backspace and delete key. So this is, I've just used the backspace key. Okay, so now how to use the delete key? So delete key, you have to press the you have to keep the insertion point before the text that has to be deleted, and you have to use the delete key. Okay, so the difference between a backspace key and a delete key is delete key will delete the text at the front of the document. I mean at the front of the insertion point, and backspace key will delete the content before the insertion point. So these are the keys that is available. So let's say we have typed something. So now we are going to see how to save a document. Okay. Uh, to save a document for the first time, click the save button on the quick access toolbar, click the file tab on, and down the navigation bar, click the save or a save as command. Okay. Copies over previous version used to save a document under a different name or a location. Okay. So there are 3 ways to save a document. Okay, so we're going to see this one by one. So I've just typed all the content. I've also already changed all the content, right? So if I want to save this document, right, what I have to do is you have to go to file, and I'll say save, and now it asks for the location. Okay, so location you can give desktop, and once you give the desktop, right, it has to, you have to give a file name. Okay, so I'll say animals documents. I have to type the document name, and now I have to confirm the location. So location is C users uses desktop, and I'm going to save the document there. So you have to see, make sure that the type of the document is Word document, and give the file name, choose the appropriate location, and then you have to click the save button. Okay, so now the Word document is saved on the desktop. If I go to the desktop, right, you can see the document here. Sorry, where is it? Animals document. So this is the one we saved, right? So we have already saved it to the desktop. So let's say if I want to so this is one way of saving it. Okay, so apart from that, there is also an option from saving from the quick access toolbar here. So I told you, right, about the quick access toolbar, right? It is easy for accessing the documents from the quick access toolbar. So all you have to do is you have to click save, and you have to follow the same steps in the document. Okay, so apart from that, you can use the control S. There is a shortcut, right? So if you see save, right, there's a shortcut control S. If you press control and S, control key and S, it will also save the same document. It will also save the document. Okay, so this is save document. So apart from that, what we saw here is a save command. Okay, so if I type something, right, hello, let's say if I type something, I add something, right, I've added some other text. So now if you see, now we have already saved the document, but we have edited it again. So what you have to do is you have to save the document again. So if I press the save button again, right, it won't ask for the location and for Word file and all these names again, because we are already working on a document that is already saved. Okay, so which means we are working on the animals document. So if you come here, right, you can see the Word file name here. So So animals document, we are already working on the animals document. So if it's a new file, right, let's say if it's a new file, right, new file, right, you won't see the you won't see the document name here, what you have saved here. So since we are working on the animals document, we have already saved it. So there is another option called save as option. Okay. Uh, Save as command used to save a document with a different name. So let's say if I don't like this name, right? If I don't want to save it to animals, let's say I want to save as in a different name. What I can do is I can use a save as document and choose a location. And now I can give a different name. Let's say animals profile or something like that. Okay. So animals profile. And if I save it to the same location, right? If I save, right, the document will be saved again in a different name, and you can see the document name change here also. So now there are two documents with the same content, right? So here you can see animals document and animals profile. So actually what savers did, right, it made a copy of the old document and with it but gave it a different name. So that's the purpose of having a word savers option. Okay. So this is how you do a savers option. So any doubts in this up to this? ஏதாவது doubts இருந்தா கேட்கலாம் நீங்க.
No problem, sir.
Okay. கேக்குது. யார் பேசுறா? Okay. So I'll give you a simple. I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay. So what you're going to do is you just have to write an. I mean, you just save a name. Okay. So let's say you just say my name is. So my name is Robert Ravi Kumar. I work for company. So I have 13 years of experience. Okay. So I want you guys to type this content like this, and I want you guys to save it and let me know once you're done. Okay. So I'll give you 10 minutes for you guys to work, and you let me know once it is finished. Okay. So it's an what to say, it's a class work. Once you do, let me know if you have any doubts, how to save the document, all these things. You just tell me. Okay. I'll wait for you. I'll give you another 10 minutes. No, now it's 7:28. So I'll give you guys 10 minutes. You save the document and send it to me. Okay. Either through Zoom or through WhatsApp. Okay. So hope you all have a computer. Okay. So yeah, you guys can start now. Okay. Thanks. So you guys can tell me once you have finished, okay? So who's trying now? Who's having lap? Ango, when you're trying? Ango and Sobus. You guys are doing it? பச்சைமுத்து நீங்களாம் பண்றீங்களா? உங்களோட லேப்டாப் இருக்கா? அதெல்லாம் அப்படி யார் பண்றாங்கன்னு தெரியலையே.
Yes, sir, I'm doing now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sir.
சரியா கேட்கல எனக்கு.
Okay, sir, I done it. I
Ah,
sent
done.
ready the WhatsApp group.
What? Oh, group. Very good. I'll check. So you sent to the group. I don't see it. This is your number, right? Okay, you sent. Yeah, got it. Okay. Okay, my name is Sobus. Okay. Yeah, looks good. Sobus. So it's given the same content. Yeah, very good. So you're given the file name, so you could have changed the file name also. It's okay. Nice. Okay. Okay, how about others? Okay, guys, take your time. Okay, I'm good, no problem. You take your time. I will wait for you guys. Okay.
I've sent ready, sir.
Yeah, okay, and then I'll check.
Okay.
Stop board lesson 1. Okay. Yeah, very good, Ango. Nice. Okay. 9 years of
Thank you, sir.
experience. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, Okay, word lesson one. Yeah, we change the document name also. Very good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so let's continue. I think others doesn't have a computer. You guys can do it from home. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So now we saw how to save a document, right? We'll see how to open and locating an existing document. Okay. So let's say I have a Word document already saved. Okay, so somewhere in my computer, I don't know where. I know where it is, but it's not. I have to open it again. So what I have to do is I have to go to the Start button again, open the Word software, go there, open the Word software. Now you can see, right? You can see in the Home button, you can see the new blank document also, and also you can see some old document that is available. Okay, recent document that has been opened, but you can just open it from the recent document that is already opened. Okay, so I opened Hossein Sobu's document 4 minutes ago, right? So the last open documents will be available in the recent tab here. So let's say our document is not opened recently and is somewhere inside the computer in a particular location. So what you have to do is you have to click open here. So clicking on open will open this dialog option, and let's say we choose this PC, and you have to go to the particular location. Okay, so let's say I have my document in so let's say I browse. Okay, so I'll use browse. So using the browse thing, right, I'll go to, let's say, technology, and let's say my document is in test document. So there is I want to open this document, right? I have to open the particular location like this. Okay, I have to browse through this browser window and go to the particular location and select that particular document. Okay, so I have to open Word document. So confirm the type of the document here, Microsoft Word document. Select the Word document. Once you select, right, the file name will be present. File name will be populated here. File name will be available here, and then you have to click the open, right, and then you can see the Word document. Word document opened here. So this is how you open a document from a particular location. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to open Word first. Go to open Word, then you have to go in the home. You have to click open, and then you have to click browse, and then you have to go to the particular location. Okay, so you have to go to the, let's say, D folder, go to the particular D drive, then you have to go to the particular folder, find the particular document, click on it, and select it, and then click open. It will open the document with all the contents in it. So this is how you open an existing document that is already saved in your file. I mean, saved in your computer. Okay, so this is how you open a existing Word document. So I talked about so we know how to open a blank document. We also know how to open a recent document also. So let's say let's do this. Okay, so let's see how to open a recent document. Let's see how to open Sobus file, right? Go to Word again. So now again we'll see this thing. Okay, so now here there are a list of documents that is opened recently. Okay, so we have my okay. So now we have all these documents here. So we have the Word lesson 1, which is sent by Angavan, and we have document. My name is Hossein Sobus, which is sent by Hossein. Okay, so let's say I want to open Hossein's document, right? Click on it. Let's say double click on it. So now the Hossein's document will be opened like this. So this is how you open a recent document. So there are three types of, I mean, we can open documents with three ways. You can open a new document with no contents in it, or you can open a recent documents from the recent tab, or else you can browse through. You have to, or if the document is not opened recently, you have to use a browse option, to go to the particular location and open the document. So this is how you open a document. So any doubts in this? இது ஏதாவது புரியல யாருக்கா புரியலாம் கேட்கலாம் நீங்க. So you understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now zooming a document. So zooming a document we already saw, right? You can use the zoom feature to magnify and reduce your document on screen. A zoom percentage of 100 shows the document's normal size. The easiest way to change the zoom percentage to drag the zoom slider at the bottom right of the screen. Okay, so we already saw the zoom thing, right? So I'm just going to show it again for you guys. Okay, so there is animals document. I'll open it. See the zoom percentage is given here. So let's say it's already in 100%, right? So this is now 100%. If you zoom, you can zoom in like this. Okay, use a plus sign. Now it becomes 200%. So or else you can zoom out like this. Okay, so now it has become 50% around. Okay, so this is how you zoom in and zoom out. So or else you can drag, you can click on the slider and zoom in and zoom out like this also. So either you can use a plus or minus sign, or you can use the document like this. I mean, you can use the plus or minus sign, or you can drag the slider using the mouse. Okay, so this is how you zoom in and zoom out a document. So yeah, switch to full screen reading. Full screen reading view removes the ribbon and the status bar from the screen. The ribbon is replaced by a small toolbar. To use this view, click the view tab on the ribbon, then the document views group, click the full screen reading button. Okay, so we saw already in this also we saw already. So how to open the reading view? So let's say, see now we have a lot of options, right? Like this. So all these things are not useful when you are going to read a document. Okay. So let's say we have the view. What is this called? So this is called the um, different layouts, right? You can open the layout from this read mode from here. Click on it. So now you can see the read mode here. So here we have only a few options available. So the options to edit the document, right, won't be available in the read mode. So let's say the tools, right? We don't have all the tools that is available here. So all this are minimized. Okay. So if you click on edit, right, it will go to the older mode again. So all you have to do is you have to go view. See in this mode, right, the content is, I mean, it gives a full screen view, right? It will be easy for us to read all the things. Okay, so when you're only reading the documents, right, you won't need all the options. And in the read mode, right, it is zoomed in, and you removed all the unnecessary stuff, right? So that is it will be easier for you to when you're reading a long document. So all these options, so this is how you change it to view mode. Okay, so there is another way to change the read mode. Can you guys tell me if anybody knows how to? See here there is an option. Okay, to change to read mode, there is another way to change the layout. Okay, so anybody knows it? We already discussed in the class. See, there is another way, right? So another way to change the view is from the view tab here. So go to the view tab or view ribbon, click on it, and you'll see all the view modes here. Okay, so see the same icon is present here. So but it's bigger but it's smaller. But all you have to do is you have to click on the read mode, and then you can to switch to the read mode by using but through the views ribbon, view ribbon. Okay, so these are two ways you can to switch to a view mode, or sorry, read mode. Okay, so apart from that, yeah, so this is how you switch to a read mode. Okay, so switching to full screen reading view continued. Okay, so here the document in full screen reading mode, So there are only a few options. Okay, there are, so here it's a older version, so it the options are a bit different. It has a close button, all these things. So if you have 2007, right, the screen will be like this, particularly like this. So I have the latest version of Windows. So the views, it's different from this particular screenshot. So you should be having all this close button here, restore, auto hide, reading toolbar. Okay, so all these things are available here. So you can just play around with these things when you in your computer. Okay, so yeah, so up to this, any doubts? ஏதாவது doubt இருந்தா கேட்கலாம் நீங்க. Can I move to the, so or else let me move to the next topic. Okay, let's see about page orientation. Okay, so selecting a page orientation, documents printed in portrait orientation are longer than they are wide. Documents printed in landscape orientation are wider than they are long. By default, the word is set to print pages in portrait orientation. Okay, so preview and printing a document. Okay, before you print some document, right, you can do a preview means you can see the document, how the document will be printed before you print it. So that is called a preview. So let's see how to do the preview. Okay, use a print tab in backstage view to preview a document before printing. Use a print tab to change the print settings. To print a document, click the print button and set a pane on the print tab in backstage view. Okay, yeah, so let's see how to print a document. So already we have this document, right? Let's say how to print it. So we have the print layout here. So go to file, go to print. Now you will see the print document. Okay, so here you can see the page orientation. So the default orientation, as we discussed, right, it is always portrait. Portrait means it is vertical. Okay, the pages are vertical. If I change to landscape, right, the page will be something like this. Okay, so you can see, right, it is like a rectangle. Okay, so I mean rectangle where the length is uh, so this is the breadth and this is the length, right? So the lengthier side is on the top and bottom. Okay, so this is how the orientation changes. So portrait will be like a vertical orientation, and the landscape will be an horizontal orientation. Okay, so this is how you change the orientation before you print a document. Okay, so this is the print preview also. So in the print preview, you can change the document and you can see the how the printer will be printed. Okay, so apart from these things, right, you will see the size of the document. Let's say if you are going to print in a A4 size sheet. Okay, so the you can change it from the size. Page size also can be changed here. If you want to change to A5, you can change it here. Okay, so you can see the print preview also changes based on the size of the document. Okay, you can see the document changes, right? So all this can be changed. So usually the print size will be A4, so we will always keep it A4. So apart from that, you can change the margins of the document. Apart from that, you can choose all the other options available. So print on one side. So you would have seen, right, you can print on one side or you can print on back to back also, right? If you want to print back to back, print on both sides of the page. So depends on the printer, all these options can be changed also. Okay, so apart from that, print all pages. You can, if you want to print a particular page, let's say there are 100 pages, if you want to say print only 10 pages, right? So you can choose the number of pages also here. You can just print the current page, or you can choose a number of pages, and you can also choose a number of copies. If you want to make 200 copies of the same page, right, you can do it. Okay, so you can change it like this. You can see 400 pages, or you can say 6 copies. The number of copies also can be changed here. And also you can see the printer name here. So this is my personal printer. Okay, so you can see the Canon printer already configured here in this document. Okay, so and the printer is not connected, and say it's offline. Okay, so this is how you change the printer name. Okay, so you can see the Canon printer already configured here in this document. Okay, so and the printer is not connected, and say it's offline. Okay, so this is how you change the printer name. Okay, so this is how you So you can see that you can choose a printer if you have a multiple. So in an office, right, you will have multiple printers connected to a computer. So you will have printers in your first floor, second floor, third floor, and all these floors, right? So you can choose from an array, a list of printers that is already available here. So you can choose any one of these printers using the printer option here. So once you do all the arrangements, right, or once you done all the setup, right, you have selected how to print the document, what is the page size, what is the orientation, all the things, right? You have to click the print button here. So once you click the print button, right, the printer will the document will be printed automatically. So it will open this thing and it will add the printer here. So now the printer is not connected for me, so it's not going to display anything. But in a ideal situation where the printer is connected, right, uh, so it will always print the document, and yeah, it will always print the document. Okay, so that's how you print a document. So any doubts in this, how to print a document, what are the options available? So you understood all these things?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. uh, yeah, so we saw how to print a document also. Okay, select the page orientation. Page orientation also we saw, right? Portrait and all these things we saw. And we saw the previewing and print. So use a print tab in backstage view to print a view. So we saw the print preview also, right? How the document will be shown, how the document will be printed on the page size and all these things we chose, right? So that is called a backstage view. Okay, so that's where we see a preview or a backstage view, both the same. Okay, so now how to exit a Word document. Okay, so now you have done everything. You opened a document, printed it, and saved it, and all these things are done. To close the document without exiting Word, click the File tab, and then on the navigation bar, click the Close button. To exit a Word, a Close button is the upper right corner of the document. So there are two ways to exit a Word document. Okay, so either by using the Go file, and you can click Close here, or you can click the Close button that is available here. Okay, so both of the things will close the current document. So all that you can do is you can just click into, and see, it will ask you it's let's say if you made any changes right after you saved. If something is not saved, okay, it will ask you whether you don't want to save the document. So you can just say don't save or save. Okay, let's say I choose save. Now the document will be saved and then will be printed. Okay, let's say if I say Robert Ravikumar, if I change something, right? Now I've changed something, but I have not saved it yet. I didn't click the save button yet, right? If I click right, it'll again ask whether the document has to be saved or not. Okay, so if it'll when I click save, if I say don't save, right? This change, right? It won't be available again when I open the document. If I say don't save, now if I open the animals document again, right? You will see the old text only. So my name, which was added later, right? It was not saved, and I have lost all the changes. So you have to be particular. I mean, you have to be careful when you close the document. Okay. So you have to always save the document before you exit the document. So if it needs to be saved. So this is how you close the document. Okay. So there are two ways, as I said earlier, right? You can choose from the close button. So this also will close the same thing. And another thing, okay, so whenever you didn't make any change to the document, right? Now I didn't change anything. It's the original document. That time, right? It won't ask for the prompt which asks. I mean, it won't ask you to save or not to save the document. Okay, it will directly close the document. So if there are any changes that is not saved, then only it will prompt you to save or don't save, and then close it. Okay, so this is how the save. This is how you exit a Word document. So any doubts in this up to this? Yeah, is everything clear for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
No, we are not over it. Okay, so we have a summary also. So today we have learned all these things. So in this lesson you have learned you can view the document screen in print layout, full screen reading view, web layout view, outline view, draft view, the key elements of the screen and the print layout view, or the ribbon, quick access toolbar, insertion bar, status bar, view buttons, or zoom type. So these are things we learned today, right? So we learned about the different layouts, different options that is available at the top, right? The ribbons, the toolbars, the tabs that is available. We learned what is an insertion point and how to move all the insertion points using the mouse or using the up and arrow keys, using the page up and page down buttons. And also we saw the status bar and the view button. So how to change the layers and all these things also we saw. And also we saw how to use a zoom slider. So we saw how to zoom in and zoom out a document. Also we saw. So and apart from that, we learned how to, when a text is entered, the word wrap feature. I mean, we learned how to move to the next line, right? Automatic word wrap we saw, and also we saw the word wrap using an enter button also we saw, right? Yeah. When corrections or additions need to be made, you can place an insertion point anywhere within a document using the mouse or keyboard, and then delete the text using the backspace delete key. And also we saw how to delete a document, delete some text, right? Edit the text. So we saw what is the backspace key. We saw what is the delete key and what is the purpose for that too also we saw, right? So that's how you delete or backspace key. Okay, so that's how you delete or delete a text in a Word document. So when you save a document for the first time, the Save As dialog box opens. This is where you name your file and choose a location where to save it. After you have saved a document for the first time, you save the save command to save your changes in the document, or use the save as command to save it to the different file name. So we also saw how to save a document today, right? We also saw the difference between a save and a save as file. So save is used to save a new file which is not already saved, or give a name, choose the location, or save as is used to make a copy of the document with a different name. So this is the difference between save and a save as document. Apart from that, you can create new folders for storing documents in the save as dialog box. Okay, so before you save it, right, you can add it to a location or add a folder directly in the location. So you can locate and open existing document using open dialog box. So we saw how to open an existing document, right? We saw how to open a recent document. Also, we saw how to browse through to a particular location, and we saw how to open a document also. So this is how you open an existing document. So now then again we saw the zoom slider, magnify, zoom in and zoom out, all these options. And also the screen reading view, right? So we saw the different views, how to view in a reading mode, how to do it in an what to say, print layout mode, and outline mode. We saw draft mode, and all these things we also saw, right? So these are different layouts. And we saw the orientation. So while orientation, right, print a page, we saw what is a landscape orientation, we saw what's that, we saw what is an portrait orientation. So portrait orientation is a horizontal view, that is a default view, and a landscape is a horizontal view. That is, I mean, these are the two different orientations we have. We saw. So you can preview and print a document by using the print tab in the backstage view. So we saw the preview document, right? Preview and print tab in the backstage. So you guys, so that's it for today. Okay, so what you guys have to do is you have to create a document about your favorite food, and you have to type some content. You have to add two paragraphs like this, and you have to send it. Okay, so uh, you have to you have to use a heading like this, and you have to do underline and appropriate paragraphs. So yeah, so this will be a homework today. Okay, so any doubts in this? Any doubts? So that's it for the day.
No doubt, sir. Thank you.